For those of you who don't already know me, my name is Diego Martinez. I grew up here in Illinois, and for a long period of my life, I was very depressed. I I didn't always feel like I was worthy to be here on this earth. You know, and sorry about that. But anyways, and for a long period of my time, I always tried to validate myself to others. I was always trying to fit in with the rest of the cool kids who were around me, and I was always trying to chase fame, always trying to act cool, always try to act hard, But in reality, I was trying to impersonate somebody that I wasn't, and because of that, that put me in a spiral of just absolute depression. Just waking up every day, eating whatever I felt like, chasing after my ex girlfriend. Always trying to love her. I was always trying to hang out with her. Always trying to go out to eat with her. I was trying to do something. Just to keep my mind busy. And I really did like this girl. I gave her everything, but because I didn't even respect myself, I was always trying to fit in with the crowd. Like I wasn't it, and I understand that. I understand why she left me, because if I were a girl, I would have left me too. The type of person that I used to be, I was always jerking off the porn. I was always playing video games. I was always skipping class. I was always smoking weed. I was always resorting to alcohol. It's just all these things that give you no benefit for your life, and that really did it left a void in my heart, and I just felt lost. I felt miserable. I was always disrespecting my parents, always disrespecting my teachers. I did whatever I could so I could keep my mind busy and try to be happy. Chasing this version of happiness where it wasn't worth it. None of it was worth it. But I'm glad that I was able to build myself up to the person I was. Right here, this photo right here. This is me in May of 2021. I was always skinny, grew up skinny. And no matter how much I ate, and to be honest, I ate a shit ton. But no matter how much I ate, I was always skinny, and and just because of how skinny I was always wearing sweaters. I was wearing sweaters on top of sweaters, so I didn't look that skinny. I was always trying to act tough. I was always trying to act like I was built when I really wasn't. And yeah, and that just what really motivated me to get into the gym was my first heartbreak, and that shit it really hurt, and it hurt to the core. Where just I didn't even know what to do with my life, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get in the gym. So I went ahead, started getting into the gym. I started going to the gym with my boy Gustavo. Well, he moved away, but I'm still in contact with him. But yeah, and I got into the gym with him. I remember just being able to show up to the gym, lift as much weight as I can. Always chasing the pump, always trying to chase those PRs, especially on bench. Who doesn't love benching? But because I was always trying to bench and just put on as much weight as I can on the bar, that left me ended up having some issues with my shoulder. It's a lot better now. I figured out what it is that works for me, and that helped me progress in the gym now. But anyways, yeah. So like I said, that's me May of 2021, and this is me January 2022. As you can see, there's some difference, a little bit more definition, a little bit more chest growth. But yeah, I mean, I was a skinny little bitch. But anyways, fast forward to now, May 2025. The amount of muscle mass that I was able to put on is just, it's insane. I would have never imagined being able to get to this point with my own self. The amount of confidence that I have, the amount of knowledge that I have, the amount of self-respect that I have for my own self. The gym really, it really did save my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, and then just after showing up for myself, day in, day out. When I first started my journey, I was mainly just going to the gym consistently, but I didn't really have a locked in diet. And after over time, I started figuring out what it is I need to eat. I started hiring coaches so that way they could help me out. And yeah, it's a blessing to be able to have gotten to the position that I'm right now, because man, it's just the amount of the amount of error that I had to go through. It's like that's one of the mistakes that I made in the gym, was just lifting as much weight as possible, when in the end it's not going to be worth it, okay? Because you want to be able to get in the gym for progression, and not just for that temporary gratification that you get. But I'd say I was around, I was 115 pounds in this photo, and this one right here, 170 pounds, decently lean. That's just the amount of muscle mass that I was able to put on over time that I've been in the gym is just, it's insane. And but yeah, uh, as you guys can see, this is my physique guide, and also a guide to help you build as much testosterone as you can naturally, because as most of you already know, testosterone is the main hormone for men. That helps with like energy, put on muscle quickly, mental clarity, things like that. And yeah, but okay, so look, the main thing, that if you want to chase an aesthetic physique, you want to put on as much muscle mass as you can. You can't keep making up excuses, okay? Because truly in life, there is never going to be a perfect time when you are going to start, okay? You have to get started now, okay? No matter where it is, whether it's your routine is you working too much, you're going to school, you feel like you don't have enough time. Trust me, if you truly wanted to get into shape and you wanted it that badly, you'd make time for it, okay? You just have to work around your schedule, and you have to make it fit wherever it works for you. Okay, so if you're watching this video and you read what it said, see, this video is for people who either hate looking at themselves in the mirror after a shower, and deep down that you're capable of more. That you're worthy for more. That you're not meant to continue to live the life that you want to live. Because if you really wanted to be into shape, you would. And that's what brought you to this video. So, if you've been grinding your career business, but your energy, confidence, and body are feeling behind, this is for you. If you're chasing success, but know your physique, hormones, and habits are holding you back, and you're ready for a natural, sustainable solution, this is for you. Or if you're sick of low energy, poor sleep, and slow progress in the gym, even though you've been putting in the effort, you've been hitting the gym every day, you've been hitting every meal, you've been getting the proper rest, and you're still not seeing the results that you want, this video is for you. So, what this video will actually bring you, as you can see right here, I've got testimonials of of the results that I've given to my clients. Right here in this photo, this is my 14-year-old cousin Christian. What motivated him to to start focusing on himself, start getting locked in with his habits, start looking at his physique and being able to want more, was me. I inspired him, and that's amazing to be able to have others look up to you and to be able to make a change, and be somebody that others can look up to, and that's what I was to him. And right here, as you can see, he had a go workout for that day. He got it done in 40 minutes, and he also got a very nice pump. And right here, as I don't know if you guys can really see, but you guys can see like the definition right there, and he's also got that shoulder vein popping out. Isn't that insane for his age? Just imagine what he'll be if he just stays locked in and continues to show up. And by the age of 20, he's gonna be in absolute amazing shape. And that's something that I wish I could have started, is when I was younger, and really lock in on my habits and self improvement. But it's better late than never, And I'm just glad to be able to have gone what I went through, learned, and to be able to help others who are in the same position to know that they can change, and you can, and instill better habits for yourself, and you can feel as confident as you want, and you can continue to be stronger, and you can have other people look up to you. Here's another testimony of my boy Dominic. So I'm just checking in how bro's doing, and he's loving it. Ever since he has a diet that works for him, he has a routine that he can follow and that fits his schedule. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he also has somebody who can help keeping him accountable. And to be able to have somebody to look over you who knows what they're doing, bro, it's amazing, because they know what they're doing. They know what is going to work for you. They know what to build up for what your goals are for the gym. So they'll help you literally get there 10 times faster than if you just did it on your own. Right here, I got another testimonial from my cousin Angel. So right here, he went from 115 to 128. So he put on 13 pounds in only 10 weeks. After locking in on his diet, locking in on his routine. He only works out 4 days a week. Isn't that insane? See, people think that you need to go to the gym every single day for results, but you actually don't. See, I like to go 6 days a week because I have the time. Excuse me. I have the time, and I feel like that really pushes me for a more productive day if I actually go to the gym. So I've built a routine where I can go 6 days a week, still be able to put on as much muscle as I can, and making sure that I'm getting the proper recovery for myself. Okay, so one of the first steps whenever you're starting your fitness journey is you need to lock in on your diet and nutrition. So if you want to put on muscle, you have to be in a calorie surplus, because you can't expect to put on muscle if you're staying around the same weight. No. Look, if you want to put on mass and muscle, you have to find out what your maintenance calories are. And how you do that is you go ahead, you look up a calorie calculator online, you enter in all your details, and then right there it'll give you a pretty good estimate of the amount of calories that you're consuming every single day and that you're burning. And after you find your maintenance calories, I would say go ahead, stay consistent, and eat that amount of calories for at least a week, And once you actually got your body locked in on how much you're eating, that's when you start your surplus. So you're gonna eat between 2 to 300 calories every week while slowly progressing, and and just making sure that you're paying attention to the scale, making sure that you're actually noticing physical changes in your appearance. And on top of that, you got to make sure that you're getting those, that you're tracking your calories. And how you do that is there's this app called MyFitnessPal for those who don't already know it. Go ahead, you can either find it on the Google Play Store or the App Store. And what you do is go ahead, download it, you sign up. It's going to ask you for a couple details, I believe weight, age, what your goals are for the gym. And you don't need to buy any subscription, okay? It's completely free. And what you do after you do all that, then it'll tell you it'll ask you your goals. You enter in your goals, and you just make sure that the amount of calories that you're eating is actually close to your maintenance. After you figure that out, you go ahead, add that surplus. Like I said, 2 to 300 calories. You're gonna slowly bump it up every week, making sure that you're actually making progress. And for what I say for nutrition, so I like to stick with a lot of whole foods because I feel like in order to be able to get the maximum testosterone you could be able to build, you need to be able to eat like whole foods like ground beef, chicken, pasta, jasmine rice, and then for fats like almonds, peanut butter, extra virgin olive oil, things like that. It's the single ingredient foods that are really going to help you out to put on quality muscle and, to be able to get you to where you want to be at faster. Okay, so one of the most common struggles that people have is, cutting out junk food, snacks, and liquid calories. Those are going to be your biggest enemies. You know, I'd say for cutting out junk food and snacks, I would say, for good snacks like skinny popcorn or what else? There's this one protein peanut butter cookie that you can find at Jewel Asco. I forgot what it's called, but anyways, just look at the ingredients. Make sure that there's not a whole lot of ingredients. Make sure that you stay away from like seed oils. A lot of foods nowadays they include oils, and you won't believe how much oils actually like they add up. Them calories add up. So that's something that I pay attention to. And then for liquid calories, I would say like stay away from like juices, like juices that have added sugars. There are natural juices, so like orange juice. There's natural orange juices. You go ahead, just look at the nutrition packs, make sure that there's 0 grams of added sugar, and above that is gonna say the actual amount of sugar. And it'll say like 40 grams of sugar, 0 grams of added sugar. That's how you know it's natural, and also by looking at the ingredients and making sure that there's nothing else. There's ice flavored sparkling water. Those are amazing. I'd say my favorite would be strawberry kiwi. But another common struggle that people have is you're inconsistent with tracking your calories. See, this has to be every single day. You can't just track your calories one day and then the next day, no, it's okay. I'll track my calories the next day. No, you have to make sure you're tracking calories every single day. And something that I like to do is every time that I wake up at the start of my day, I plan out my calories. I give a very good estimate of what I'm going to eat. I'm making sure that I'm hitting my calories, hitting my macros, and that is the best way to ensure success because you know what it is that you're eating, you know how much food of it that you're going to weigh, and boom. It's like it'll take some time, okay? Because when I first started tracking calories, man, I was absolutely like I was struggling so much, and just being able to do it every day it really annoyed me. But I got into the habit, but it's like it's nothing. It only takes me what like 5 minutes to track everything that I'm gonna eat throughout the day, and then boom, it's like you already know what you're gonna eat. And then I would say another common struggle is people think that you just need to just eat whatever you can, eat whatever that you see inside. No, that is the wrong thing to do, and that is something that I messed up when I personally started getting into my fitness journey. Is when I wanted to put on some weight, man, I just started eating whatever. I started eating like one Subway a day, maybe a couple sandwiches for McDonald's. I would make like a high calorie protein shake, and man, I was going crazy. And sure, I ended up putting some weight. I ended up putting like 30 pounds, but the amount of fat that I put on around my body, it was horrible. So that's why I'm suggesting around 2 to 300 calories above your maintenance, and make sure that you're lean bulking. Okay, that's what lean bulking is making sure that you're slowly progressing with the amount of calories that you're eating every single week. But yeah, so solutions for starting to track what it is that you eat, I would say is taking pictures of your meals like when you first start out. So first start by going to the gym. After you got that locked in, you made it a consistent habit. Then you start eating better things for yourself. After you got that locked in, then just start taking pictures of your food. And if you feel like you're ready to start tracking, then start tracking. So another solution for helping with cravings, man, these are amazing. Is this the sea salt and olive oil popcorn? I'd say it's pretty damn decent. And then another food or another snack that I like to eat is some caramel rice cakes with some honey and almond butter, and man, that is so good. And another solution to be able to hit the calories that you need to do every single day is just split up your meals. And what I like to do is have 4 to 5 meals a day, and then including the one snack that I like to have before my workout. And then I'd say once you finish all your calories for the day, I mean, if you're still feeling hungry, I would say another solution would be water and then some gum. And then another thing to keep in mind is, excuse me, man, that energy drink got me really burping. But anyways, another thing that you could keep in mind is fasting. So like if you're very hungry, you already consume all the calories that you needed for the day. Like I said, just fill yourself up with some water, and then some keep yourself busy with some gum so you can avoid your appetite. Is fasting. Fasting can be very beneficial for you, especially when you're cutting. But even when you're lean bulking, you still can fast. And here are some of the benefits for fasting is that it enhances insulin sensitivity, fights inflammation, it promotes heart health, supports cognitive function, and it also boosts weight loss. Like I said, it really is helpful on a cut. Okay, so here are a couple lists that will definitely help you to boost your test so you can be able to put on as much muscle as you can over time, so you're more energized, so you're feeling more confident, so you have more hair growth. It's so many benefits of having high testosterone. So phase one, what I say is detoxing your environment. So I'm not telling you to follow this to the exact, but just do what you can. I know some of this it can be like unavoidable, but things that you can avoid is like seed oils. Paying attention to what ingredients that you're putting inside your body. Staying away from soy, uh, like um, like soybean oil or things that have soys in the ingredients. Another thing I'd say is fluoride that's found in some toothpastes, um, and then tap water. Tap water is horrible for you. People don't understand that. It's like tap water has all these chemicals in it. They have all these. hormones that are going through the water, and that has been shown in research that it actually does lower your testosterone, and that tap water is horrible for you. So another thing I would say is cutting out porn. Jerking off every day, it lowers your testosterone. Okay, whether you believe it or not. Watching somebody else get it on, and you not being able to pull anything on your own, no good. Another say is weed, alcohol, toxic personal care products. Things that you can find like in perfumes, and what else? Like I'd say like some clothing. Some of these things, it can lower your testosterone. Believe it or not. Another thing I'd say is avoid polyester underwear and never microwave your plastic containers, because people don't understand that it sends waves. It sends like very harsh waves to your food, and also that food is containing the plastic that is being waved by the microwave. Another thing that I would say is ditch dopamine draining habits like video games and endless scrolling. This is something that I struggled with for so long. Like I was always just trying to keep my mind busy, and by doing so, I was always playing video games. I was always scrolling through social media. I was always chasing women, and yeah, just not good for you at all, man. Uh, and to be able to maximize testosterone build is get lean. I'd say under 15% body fat would be very optimal. And then after you've gotten through phase one, now it is time to build to get to phase two. So lift heavy and include weekly sprints. So instead of just sprints, I actually just like to do regular cardio on the assault bike. That's what I feel like has really helped me. Take cold showers regularly. I used to a lot, but I feel like my testosterone has gone so high, so I'm not really worried about taking cold showers. But I probably will start implementing it here soon to be able to wake me up a bit better as soon as I start my day. Prioritizing red meat, liver, oysters, fruit, and raw honey in your diet can be very beneficial. Adding natural support with herbs like Tongkat Ali and Shilajit, I feel like those things really did help me to have much higher energy, be able to have more hair growth, being able to be confident in my own self. And these are just little things that you can add to help you. This isn't gonna just like boom. It's like you just need to take this and everything is gonna be alright. No, it's a whole process, okay, that you guys need to understand in order to get to where you want to be at. Another thing that I say is sleeping for 8 hours or more. I usually like to sleep around 7 to 8 hours. I feel like that's my perfect thing. That's my sweet spot. And getting direct sunlight on your upper body really is. You need to get your vitamin D. As you guys have already been told before, vitamin D is very beneficial for you, to be able to actually get the sun that produces natural testosterone for your body, more hair growth for yourself, better energy, and also get a nice tan too. And also surrounding yourself with much more competent individuals who are actually wanting to progress in their own life. They're not just living day to day life, just doing nothing with themselves and only living on the weekends, like I feel like most people do nowadays, which is honestly a sad life. Okay, so second key, training. So your goal is to build muscle and little to no fat gain. That's what you want. So what you're gonna want to do, mix a cardio, hypertrophy. So for hypertrophy, I'd say between 8 to 15 reps, and making sure that you're progressive overloading, making sure that you're pushing either more weight than you did last time, or you're getting more reps for the same amount of weight that you get last time. You have to make sure that you're actually making progress in the gym. And not only that, you're looking at yourself in the mirror and noticing the physical changes that you are for yourself. So I would say the best training split whenever you're like first getting in the gym, or you still been in the gym for a minute and you still don't want to do, you still don't know what to do. Best split: push, pull, legs, and then cardio like 2 times a week. Just don't overcomplicate things. So, like I said, first day you're gonna do a push day. Second day, pull day. Third day is gonna be a leg day. Fourth day, add it again: push, pull, leg. And then for my clients, I like to add like an 8-minute abs workout, what I feel will like really help to develop my abs. Okay, so the key training elements. Whenever you're doing cardio, understand that the cardio is not gonna help you to lose the weight or gain the weight. Cardio just equals calories. So let's say that you hop on the treadmill and it says that you burn 300 calories. That means you burn 300 calories. So let's say you're wanting to build muscle. If you lost 300 calories during that cardio workout, you have to make sure that you record that workout so you're not missing out on the calories that you just burned off. When you're weight training, that means you are growing the muscle. So whenever you want to build muscle, okay? You want to put on as much muscle mass as you can. You have to make sure you're weight training on the days that your routine is set up, and you have to make sure that you're actually, like I said, making progress in the mirror, or you recording it down, making sure that you're actually progressive over it. And like I said, you're either pushing more weight than last time, or you are hitting more reps than last time for the same weight. Another key training element is you either train like literally close to failure, or literally damn near like you're at failure. Like you can't push any more weight. That's the best way to grow a muscle. But like I said, you have to make sure that you're prioritizing form, okay? You cannot hurt yourself, okay? You have to understand your body. You can't just like start going to the gym and just start pushing as much weight as you can. That is like I said, that's something that I messed up with, and because of that, that ended up leading up with me over time with some shoulder problems. But like I said, it's all good right now. I know it is how to train, and and it's just like I said, form over weight. Form over weight. Okay, so how I like to do every single exercise whenever I'm pushing through those reps is I like to explode. Let's say you're doing tricep close-ups. You're going to explode to the bottom, and then you're going to control the negative. So 1 second down, 3 seconds up on the negative. In full reps, okay? You cannot be half rep ass in these motherfucking exercises. In order to build muscle, you have to full reps, and you have to contract the muscle. You have to feel the muscle actually being worked. And then I would say no more than 15 reps per set, okay? 8 to 15 reps, making sure that you're progressive overloading either every week or every workout, and making sure that you just pushing more weight or pushing more reps. Okay, so full overview of what we went. Cardio equals calories. Okay, cardio will not it will not get you to where you want to be at. Okay, it is simply just it is one of the things that will help you to get to your goals. Okay, and especially when you're cutting, cardio can be very useful whenever you want to get more calories in for the day, and you don't want to feel like you ate more food, because during the cut you are going to be a bit more hungry. Okay, and then like I said, you gotta train until or close to failure to be able to you're building the muscle that you want to. So explode, control the negative, full range of motion, and full reps. No more than 15 reps. All right, like I said, 8 to 15 reps should be perfect for you. All right, because that is what still works for me to say. 8 to 15 reps, making sure that I'm seeing physical changes in myself in the mirror. And then I like to do fasted cardio. I feel like that's really helped me to start my day to be more productive with myself. And then for diet and nutrition, You want to put on muscle, you have to be in a calorie surplus, okay? Don't expect to put on any muscle if you're still in the same weight that you've been in. Tracking your calories, you have to make sure you track your calories so you can be able to attain those goals and be where you want to be at with your weight and your muscle mass. High protein, okay? You have to make sure that you're eating a gram of protein per pound of body weight, okay? Between 1 to 1.2 grams, okay? That's perfect right there in order to build muscle. And then, like I said, eat single food ingredients so that way you can maximize testosterone and not have to worry about all the bullshit that they're putting in food nowadays. And here are the results, man. Because you guys already seen it. You guys know that I've made the progress, and I mean, I know for a lot of you, you guys actually want to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, feeling fulfilled, and that's how I feel every single day, and it truly is a blessing. So look, if you feel like you still need somebody to keep you accountable, somebody to be there for you and to either make you the routine, you don't know what to eat, you want something that actually will work for you, 100% guaranteed. This is for you, okay? Here is my one-on-one coaching opportunity. If you're 18 years old or more, you're able to invest in yourself. Yes, it costs money, okay? Costs money to get to the goals that you want to be at, because this is what I had to do. In order to get to where I wanted, I had to invest in myself and other people who knew what they were doing. Okay, so look, if you're actually serious about making a change, go ahead, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, it's just, we came a long way. We truly did, and it paid off. Every single ounce of effort that I had to push through the weight, every single meal that I ate, just the countless days that I had to show up for myself even when I didn't feel like it. And what really motivated me when I first started was that heartbreak, that needing of change. Well, yeah, I'm hoping that I was able to help some of you guys out to the best that I can, and it's all on you now. You have to decide who it is that you want to be. Do you want to be that strong, confident, good-looking individual who people can respect, who others can look up to, who you can inspire? Because that's what I did along my journey. I inspired so many, and it truly is a blessing. Well, till next time, you guys.